What's up, people? It's been a couple of days, but we are finally back with more sickness. In our first playthrough, we got the sort of a good ending. Well, there are basically three good endings, which is with three different paths. And the first one that we got was actually the Misa ending, so no surprise there, considering especially like in the last 6 or 5 chapters or so, most of the time that we've been spending was always with Misa. So yeah, it's kind of obvious that it would eventually lead into the Misa ending, but that's the one that we got. The two other endings at the current states that the game is in, I think I mentioned in one of the videos that months from now, a couple months from now, there will be updates with more routes coming, as well as sort of a backstory of both Suoh and Misa and everything. So at the current stage, there are only 2 more endings to go through, 2 routes to explore, which is the ending where you're sort of torn between both, so you don't really favor one girl over the other, Sara or Misa. And then you have the Sara ending as well. Yeah, strange enough, that one is there too. So I'm not sure which one we're going to be playing through here, because it really revolves around one specific choice, which will, when we'll come to that point, we'll see what's gonna happen, right? But anyway, I've played up until chapter 9 so far, which is where no difference really happens that much. Like, sure, I made a couple of different choices here and there, but if you've watched every single video up until this point from my first playthrough, nothing has really changed at all. So yeah, if you don't know what's happening right now or what moment we're specifically in, I recommend checking out the previous video, or I can quickly catch you up right here, which is basically we joined Karasu, and now he's filling us in about his plan of going on the Adder mission, which is basically, yeah, as this question sort of says, am I really prepared to move into the world of corporate espionage? So I think in the previous one, it's just like, yeah, fine, we just went along with it. But for this one, especially because there are a lot of missing CG images that I want to explore as well throughout the second and third playthrough that we're going to be doing. So in this particular option, we're just gonna go with no. No. It's impossible. I was barely able to scale a 2-story house, and Karasu wants me to break into a fortress like that? I'm a killer, not a spy. Like, there's a difference. Yeah, there is. Sir, I can't do it. There's just no way I could pull that off. Is that right? I suppose it is a bit much to ask. You've only just started here after all. You must think I'm insane, asking a newbie to go on such a dangerous, high-profile mission. No kidding. But I honestly believe that you're the most suitable person for this job. Besides, Sai will be doing all of the hard work. All you need to do is follow his instructions. Even so, sir, it's just, I'll make it worth your while. Worth my while? No, he's trying to distract me from the issue. But no matter what he offers, a job like this is suicide. It doesn't matter what you offer me. I can't do it. I understand, but I strongly suggest that you reconsider. If it's not for your sake, then for Sara, was it? Bad things happen in this town, especially to those who don't know how to play ball. Is that a threat? Are you threatening Sara, Karasu? Don't let your own arrogance turn your sister into a statistic. Oh my god, that's a threat. Well, that was a disaster. In one fell move, I went from being a source of Karasu's pride to mere collateral. It's not that I wanted to say no, but when it comes down to it, you're afraid. That's something, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but like, I enjoyed the Misa ending, right? But there were so many like holes in that entire story. Like, how the fuck did they get out of Adder at that point? And another thing that I feel like is really missing is the fact that it doesn't really explain or even involve the sickness more. It's just, the sickness seems to be something that shows up, but there's no further explanation for it. The reason why, what exactly it is, is it like a split personality really? I mean, they're hinting at it occasionally, but it's never been fully explored, which is something that I'm really interested in, you know? Especially considering the name of the visual novel is called Sickness, which would mean that it plays a significant role in it, right? But I just feel like it's kind of has these sudden cameo appearances, and besides that, it's just like, yeah, okay, we have this weird sickness, but I really want to explore further into what exactly it is, what is causing it, and, you know, what does it want us to do besides kill people? Well, I am afraid. I'm afraid of the bad things I've done, of the things I will continue doing. I'm afraid of the horrible things that might happen to Sara and I. Everything. Everyone in this damn town. It's all just... Suoh. Yes, sir? That was unbelievably stupid. Do you have any idea what kind of opportunity you just passed up? I know. No, you don't know. Just what is it that you want anyway? Why are you here? Money? Protection? Respect? Whatever it is, you just gave up the best chance you'll ever have of getting it. But I don't want to hear it. After everything Karasu's done for you, after he specifically told you that you were the only one suitable for a 3-man operation, you just turn him down without even hearing him out? Hear him out? Don't make me laugh. I need money, but I'm not about to throw my life away for some petty cash. You idiot. You think this is about petty cash? Karasu was going to offer you your house back. Huh? Alright, Karasu never actually said that. Your parents' home. The house you grew up in. The one taken from you. Karasu wanted to give you something special, both as a reward and as an incentive. We're not talking about some petty break-in here. Adder is a multi-billion-dollar company. Care to guess how much we would have made for just one night's work? I could have retired comfortably in any country in the world. Forget your old house. You could have bought your entire neighborhood. Are you serious? What do you think? An entire neighborhood? Wow, 50 houses. Karasu did say he'd make it worth my time. But I didn't stop to think about how much money we were actually talking about. But if so much is at stake, why are you willing to risk it on me? Because I have no choice. Like it or not, it's a 3-person job, and a 3rd person has to be someone very specific. Karasu said it himself. The others don't qualify. They either can't be trusted, or they aren't cut out for this kind of job. I need someone I can train. Someone who will listen. Someone with no choice but to follow orders. In other words, you. Oh, don't flatter me, Sai. That's insane. No, it isn't. What's insane is that Karasu gave you a choice. Now you listen to me, brat. I'm not going to pass up this opportunity simply because you lack confidence. If I say you have what it takes, then you have what it takes. What anybody else says is irrelevant. Believe it or not, I actually like you. Comparatively, at least. And Karasu, he really likes you. Or at least, he did, until now. But that won't stop me from dumping your bloody carcass on your sister's doorstep if you don't change your mind. Do we have an understanding? Oh my freaking god, Sai is not messing around. The thing is, we haven't actually gotten any bad endings so far. I'm pretty sure that Sai is just gonna kill us flat out if we say no, right? But I really want to see if he actually does it. Like, is he just gonna pull the knife? Oh my god, alright. I know the most obvious correct answer here is yes, right? But I just want to see what happens if we say no. Go fuck yourself. Ugh, that was fast. Ugh. Defiant until the end, huh? What a waste. I can't even imagine how you thought refusing could play out in your favor. Don't let your arrogance be your undoing in the next life. Well, to be fair, we made it out somehow while being stabbed in the chest, right? Bad ending to Throat Slit by Sai. I mean, we made it out at the very end of the ending, you know, with this Misa ending, when we got, like, we basically got stabbed through our chests, and we made it out of that situation alive somehow, so it wouldn't be too unrealistic for us to somehow manage to get out of that position while saying no to Sai, but yeah, that was a bad ending. I just wanted to explore it. Maybe you guys actually like seeing some of the bad endings as well, even though it was relatively short. Like, Sai only just had to, like, cut his throat, and I was like, done. But yeah, let's actually do the real choice now. Alright, well, I wasn't mistaken about Sai for sure. He definitely means business, and he just cut Suoh's throat, so yeah. The obvious right answer is gonna be yes, so I understand. You go back to Karasu right now and apologize, won't you? Yes, I will. Dang. See? That wasn't so hard, was it? Oh, look at him smiling at us like, yeah, got him right where I want him. Cheer up. You just made yourself a whole lot of money. That's what you wanted, right? Good. Now, before you go, there's still 2 matters we must discuss. There's more? Give me a break. I already feel like crying. Unless you plan on turning up on Adder's doorstep and asking for the information, then yes. First off, 11 p.m. sharp, Monday through Thursday. You will meet me at Andre's gym. I'm going to prepare you for the upcoming mission, whether you want me to or not. Second, you'll be spending a lot more time with Misa from now on. Huh? That girl from before? My daughter needs a sparring partner, but above that, she needs a guide, someone to show her around town, teach her about life outside of this business. You're only 4 months older than her, and your circumstances aren't dissimilar. Consider this your chance to change my opinion of you. Sai can't be suggesting what I think he is. Any questions? I don't know. Well, obviously we do know. Alright, but there are going to be a lot of like skippable parts throughout this as well. So if there are parts that are really similar and don't change at all despite all the different choices that we've made, I will be skipping through that. But obviously if they are skippable, that means they are really are exactly the same as they were in the first playthrough. So technically you won't be missing much. Alright, we just skipped through like a huge part, which was our first date with Misa after Sai kind of forced the fact that we are supposed to hang out with each other. He forced that on us basically, and yeah, we just went to the mall, ate at the food court, and we taught Misa how to eat with a fork, so that same thing from before. So this is a choice that at first, like, this is really where you start to dive into each individual route, is where you have these several choices throughout the game, where you're either choosing between Sara or Misa. Now in the previous one, I was obviously I got the Misa ending, so I prioritized Misa in that sense. So in this particular playthrough, we're going to be favoring Sara a lot more and just see where that route or those choices are going to take us. So we're going to be seeing the counselor now, because before it was just like, it was either going to be meeting with Misa or seeing the counselor, which was basically talking with someone at Sara's school about what happened before with both our parents dying and our current situation now. So yeah, it doesn't sound too exciting, but it's something that has to be done for Sara's sake, right? Because we're a good brother. I'm such a softie. Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. You will? You'll come? 10 a.m. Back at that shithole I used to attend. I'll be there. Shithole is an accurate statement. Hang on a second. I may be late to tomorrow's rendezvous. What are you talking about? I knew he'd be mad. It's not that I want to be. I need to take care of something at my sister's school. It starts at 10 a.m., so I should be able to... It's fine. Do what you have to do. Then head home and freshen up. Really? He's okay with it? Thank you, sir. I promise I'll make it up to Misa. He doesn't seem happy. Damn right you will. Tuesday morning, October 4th. Despite my many reservations, my day started with a trip to an institution I thought I'd left forever. Prompted by a letter from my sister's school, I trekked a familiar path, all the while complaining to myself and dreading the upcoming events. Oh, the hypocrisy. The fabricated importance of deprecated classes held only to keep teachers in jobs. The blissful ignorance displayed in the face of reality. School life here was filled with rubbish I wouldn't wish upon prisoners, let alone students. Why the hell did I even agree to do this? While my sister enjoyed her school life, I absolutely loathed it. My marks were permanently below average. I only had about a couple of friends, and I frequently slept through class, and I often got into fights with other students. I was almost expelled a couple of times, and I did get suspended on a number of occasions, but somehow, against all odds, I managed to keep my place there. The other students were probably amazed to hear that I left on my own accord, given that I was one strike away from expulsion. Furthermore, I quit because I was officially discharged from the hospital, so it's been over 2 months since I last saw any of my classmates. Would they recognize me now? Would they care? None of them should know the real reason why I left, unless Sara has been telling them, so chances are they've assumed the worst about me. Whatever the consensus about me, the fact is that I'm back, if only for the morning, and for counseling no less. But I'm here not for the sake of other students, or teacher, or even the counselor. There's only one reason why I'm here, and she's already waiting for me on the inside. Mr. Tesla, I presume? Before I could reach the front office, a single teacher came out to greet me. Miss Counselor, Miss Counselor, we don't know what your name is, so just Miss Counselor. Pleased to meet you. I'm Meredith Valance, your sister's counselor. My sister's counselor? What a load. This woman is a school counselor, not my sister's personal support. I bet she doesn't even have a degree. Your sister's waiting inside. Let's go, shall we? Mrs. Valance walked on ahead, gesturing for me to follow after her. Oh well, too late to back out now. Let's just get this over with. That's the spirit. I followed Miss Valance into her office, wherein I found Sara, who looked quite unhappy to be there. I sat down next to Sara, which caused a brief smile to appear on her face, but the moment Counselor took her seat, the smile was gone. Now then, Mr. Tesla, did Sara tell you why I've asked you here? Enough with the Mr. Tesla crap. I was a student here myself a couple of months ago. Why is she acting like I'm Sara's father? I'm guessing this is about our parents? Huh? No, not exactly. As a school counselor, I believe that issue to be a little outside the scope of my position. Oh, glad she's not overestimating herself. No kidding. What I want to speak about to you about first and foremost is Sara's home life. Our home life? I looked over to Sara, who simply shrugged in response. What about it? The two of you are close, correct? You two get along well, spend a lot of time together. We live together. We're siblings. Of course we do. What kind of stupid question is that? Absolutely. And do you feel the same way, Sara? Well, yeah, of course. Miss Valance began typing up our responses on her laptop. Oh my god. Or perhaps taking note of whatever she perceived the outcome of our short conversation to be. I don't know why she thinks two siblings get along well. It's worth taking note of. And to be honest, right now, I really don't care. Miss Valance, you didn't drag me here to make sure that Sara and I are getting along. Why are we really here? Miss Valance stopped typing, visibly annoyed by my interruption. Actually, that's exactly why we're here. I was hoping you could shed a little light on Sara's behavior and well-being as of late. What are you talking about? Sarah hasn't been injured or acting out. Have you, Sarah?
I don't believe so.
Sarah shrugged once again, apparently just as confused by the counselor's words as I am.
Oh? Is that so? Then how do you explain the burns on her fingers and wrists, or the blood on her uniform?
Burns? Blood? I looked at Sarah more closely, taking her hands in mine and expecting her myself. Sarah looks perfectly fine to me.
I guess I must have burned myself while cooking. I never really cooked at home until after we moved out.
I figured as much.
Hey, you don't have to agree with me, you know.
And the blood?
I don't know about that.
Fish blood? Maybe? I don't know. Blood? Huh? That's probably mine. You may have a safe little desk job, but I sure don't. Even outside of work, I managed to injure myself. Hell, just last night I was cut repeatedly all over. Fine. Let's say Sarah's physical injuries are just coincidences or accidents. Let's take her physical well-being completely out of the picture. How do you explain Sarah's recent behavior at school? Her behavior? Sarah has been skipping class to study alone, ignoring other students and teachers, suffering mood swings, displaying a complete unwillingness to learn. Need I go on? This woman actually thinks that conducting independent study and ignoring distractions is a bad thing? No matter how I look at it, Sarah's actions sounds like those of a devoted student, not a delinquent. My grades have been compared to hers often enough that I know exactly how much an overachiever she is. Am I missing something here? Or is this woman just trying to find drama where there is none? It kinda seems like it. Or she's been fed, she's just been listening to the other students who've been gossiping so much about Sara and Suoh, and she's just actually taking that as facts and whatnot. Like, that's stupid of a thing to do as a counselor, because you have to find these things out for yourself, not get them from outside sources, which are really unreliable. Ask for further explanation, be a smartass, defend Sara regardless. Now, I feel like we need to be a little bit supportive, so either defend Sara regardless or ask for further explanation, but this is still kind of vague, so I'm gonna ask for further explanation. I must be missing something. There has to be some message that I'm simply not perceiving. Miss Valance, I don't understand. What are you trying to say exactly? Fine, I'll stop beating around the bush. What I'm trying to discern here today is the exact nature of your relationship. I told you we get along great. I bet you do. And that's exactly what worries me. What the Sure, physical injuries and fluctuations in emotion can be explained by outside influences. Your excuses are even viable. But those symptoms can also be explained by sexual... What? See, this is what I mean. This is what the students were gossiping about, right? And now she's like, oh wait, those stupid students that are obviously gossiping and just talking shit about another students could possibly be right. Should I take that as fact? Like, it feels like, how could she even come to this conclusion after her... Shouldn't you only come to conclusions, as I'm not a counselor or like psychologist by any sense of the word, but I'm pretty sure you're only supposed to go off by the information that you gather from the meetings with that person, and not from outside sources, which could be incredibly unreliable, such as this right now. Like, what the hell, sexual abuse? Unless she's been sexually abusing herself, which I don't even know how she would do that, because it wouldn't technically be abuse then. But, it doesn't make any sense. What the fuck, woman? Huh? Don't even joke about that. There's no way I'd let something like that happen to Sara. A certain corpse and cripple can attest to that. You still don't get it, huh? Everyone wondered what happened to Sara. What happened to the studious honor student? Her parents die. She presses on. Her friend is a victim of a brutal attack. She presses on.
Any normal person would just assume that the stress finally caught up with her. Even I believed that to be the case at first. So I imagine my surprise when I received 3 independent reports from students saying that her own brother was abusing her.
Like, how the fuck do they even know that? Unless they were spying through our windows at our house, right? Which I don't think they even know where we live. Could they have known what the fuck is going on, right? Because Sarah and I, we basically only see each other at house or the occasional trip to the mall or something. And hell no, from a brother and sister going and hanging out at a mall, would any sane, normal person come to the conclusion of like, oh, he's definitely sexually abusing her. Like, what the fuck? She's just... no, okay, I'm like desperately looking through her office if she actually has a degree, and if she doesn't, no way is she even qualified or any... why is she even the school counselor? It's just like they asked the cafeteria lady, or like, yeah, we need a school counselor. Well, you have some free time, right? Alright, you after you're done with making the lunches for the kids, you go be the counselor. Like, what the fuck? Honestly, woman, no normal and sane person would even come to this conclusion given all that, you know, all the information that she has. It's like, oh yeah, 3 students said that. Yeah, obviously students are I mean, they're teenagers. Teenagers talk so much shit. I'm living proof of that, obviously. When I was a teenager. I'm not anymore. I'm an adult, okay? Don't feel like one at all. But anyway, teenagers, you just can't really take their word, especially in a school environment, right? Teenagers do stupid things sometimes, and they even talk or make up incredible lies just for the sake of, I don't know, like, they're obviously, I don't even know why they're doing this to Sara, because it makes no complete fucking sense other than the fact that they're just bullies or whatever. Oh, woman, you're seriously annoying me.
What kind of a sick joke is this? I quit school, started working my ass off to put food on the table, put my freedom and well-being on the line to support my only family. And that is how people see me? You're a monster. Doing my best for Sarah's sake makes me a monster, huh? Well, so be it. If that's how people choose to see me, then I can accept that. But what I can't accept, however, is that this woman feels the need to antagonize and look down on my sister because of my own perceived shortcomings. Berate me all that you want, call me horrible names, make fun of me, attack my beliefs. I can take it, but if you instead target my sister, then they'll wind up dead or crippled. Exactly. If Sara wasn't here, oh my god, woman. Oh, what do I do? What the fuck do I even do? I reply. Is it like, oh my god, if I reply immediately, I feel like he's just gonna shout at her, which is obviously not gonna be. The thing is, if we go completely insane over her and just go like, you know, react similar to how we are reacting inside of our own head, but out loud, I feel like she's gonna be like, you're only proving my point here, Mr. Tesla. So I feel like if people want to think about this that way, that's fucking fine, right? Like you said. The thing is, when people are making up stupid shit like that, yeah, the only thing you actually can do is if you get incredibly mad at it and whatnot, those people feel like, see, he's getting mad because it's true, blah, 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 blah. So the only thing, you just have to be the better person in that situation. Just calm down, walk away from it, and just like, fine, if that's how you want to think about me, that's fine. Go think of that all that you want. I don't give a shit. I know the truth. I know better. So, you know, just move on. So we're just gonna calm down, okay? No, I can't let her get the better of me. Not in front of Sara. Lashing out now will only have negative impact on Sara. For her sake, I need to remain calm. You're wrong, Mrs. Valance. Plain and simple. Are you denying those students' allegations? Take a guess. And what about you, Sara? Sara's been quiet for a while now. Is she really that shocked by the counselor's assumption? Or could it be that she knew ahead of time that what this meeting was about? And if she did know, that would certainly explain why she was so quiet about it. Either way, Sara's the worst one off here. While I can't leave here anytime I want, Sara is stuck here until she graduates. I can just imagine the kind of crap she might be subjected to over this. My brother has never laid a hand on me, and even if he had, outsiders would have no right to tell us how to live.
You tell her, Sara. Yeah, so go back to making lunches, fucking Mrs. Valance. Whoa. Where the hell did that come from? And to be honest, that second thing was a strange thing to say, you know, because you wouldn't think that at all, and it's definitely not considered a normal thing between brother and sister. So, I don't know what Sara's thinking, but I'm pretty sure that's our cue to leave. If we don't get out of here soon, one of us is going to do something we'll really regret. And for once, it might not be me. Oh my fuck. Home at last. Even though it's still morning, it feels like I've been out all day. Despite being on a short trip, that was seriously exhausting. After making my grand escape from the counselor's office, I returned home, intending to further research the Adder blueprints. My sister, on the other hand, returned to class, cheerily seeing me off without a care in the world. I'm a little concerned about what might happen to Sara after that. Even if she doesn't get into any real trouble, having an accident or incident like that go on her record can't end well. But if she's happy with how that went, then I guess there's nothing to worry about. It's her school after all. If she wants to tease the counselor, then that's her decision to make.